Good morning, YouTube. This is Dave Frost reporting in again with the last Transformer figure review of the most recent haul that I've gotten from Target. And, yeah. So that's pretty much it for that. And, so this is Transformers Deluxe Class. Transformers Combining Wars Deluxe Class Protectobot First Aid. And so you see the front of the box with the Transformer brand generation toy line overall that the Combining Wars is a part of. His name's First Aid, and that's his vehicle mode. And here's that's the front side of the box. So here's the right side with Defensor, Combining Wars branding, Defensor's name, and that he's First Aid is the 4th member of the Protectobot team. Nothing on the left. There's the bottom. Here's the back. So you get the Defensor, most of the Protectobot team other than Groove, some information on the bottom like IDW comics and that sort of stuff. First day in robot mode, first day in vehicle mode, 8 steps to transform them between both modes, and a little bio description, which says First Aid is just as lucky to be first on the scene to help a wounded bot as he is to show up to repair a broken dishwasher. To the Protectobot medic, the greatest enemy is malfunction, human, bot, or machine. If it's broken, First Aid won't carry on until it's back up and running. Looks like we have a bot that gets a little sentimental about house appliances. Anyways, that's it for the packaging. Here is the instruction manual. That has 8 steps to transform him from robot to vehicle. And also where you can place the weapons. 8 steps to transform him from vehicle to robot. And then 9 steps to transform him from robot to hand mode, while the hand formation of the arm formation of the combination mode, and then from robot mode to leg mode of the combination mode. So that is that. And a comic book that comes with First Aid that has a nice piece of artwork of First Aid. Yet again, another re-release of a already released comic book story that has nothing to do with the presented character of a figure that we get as a toy. I don't know what Hasbro's plan or deal is with just re-releasing an already released comic book series instead of releasing a brand new comic book that specifies on the character figure that you get as a toy. So here is first aid. And I know I didn't speak much of the other figures that I've already reviewed and their chassis finish. Whatever you want to call it, their plastic mold. Because I kinda enjoy First Aid's mold and his plasticness. How it's smooth and that sort of thing. But first gripe, probably the only gripe I guess, that I have about this figure is this section. It would have been nice if this could go further down and this could go further back and be a much nicer backpack instead of just sticking up and being robot kibble. Because then you will also have more space to have these door flaps, either flat going out or at slants, and to be positioned on different angles without having to worry about these tires being in the way. That really would have been nicer if they could have done that for this mold. Because really, First Aid is a remold of Off-Road from the Stunticons Menasor wave. That's all First Aid really is. He's a bit of a remold by the head and body and vehicle mode, and then also a repaint. And yeah, if you don't know already, we're getting a head remold and repaint for Ironhide. Whenever that wave comes out. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say about the mold of Off-Road, which really is the same character we have here, only this is First Aid, who's a remold and a repaint. Remolded head, remolded body, remolded vehicle mode, and repainted image. Anyways, so enough gibberish. We get a battle axe, as Off-Road got. It has one peg on the side, so only one peg on one side, so you can stick it going forward or backwards. Right side up or upside down, whatever you want to call it. And then we also get the same hand foot gun as Off-Road got. But really is just a regular blaster, nothing too specific. The only difference is the gear that the thumb is attached to. That the gear that attaches the thumb to the hand foot gun. But enough of that. It is now time to talk about the articulation. So, due to transformation, his head can rotate 360 degrees. Looks that far up and that far down. Do the transformation. Well, not really due to transformation. I mean, you could put the backpack that far back, but still it just looks a little on the unnecessary side. But anyways, you can position the door flaps any way you like, and there's 360 rotation at the shoulder. Sorry, I messed this part up. Okay, now it's in. It does kind of look like no, there actually is not. It looked like there would be rotation here at the bicep, but there really isn't. It's molded in. So the only rotation is at the shoulder. Then there's forward, and due to combination transformation, there's also back bending at the elbow. That's for both arms. And also due to combination transformation, there is thigh rotation. Forward and backward 180-degree rotation for the legs. 360 rotation at the thigh. And also knee bendage. So that's the rotation for that. For all that. The articulation for the figure, that is. And now it's time for size comparison. Here's first day with fellow protectobot Groove, the legend class figure of the wave. Here he is with fellow protectobot Blades, who's a fellow deluxe class figure as well. And I think they're about the same height. First day might be higher, taller. Rook, also a fellow protectobot and fellow deluxe class figure of the wave. And so now, I don't know what I said before I made that cut. So now we move on to other size comparisons, like Transformers Energon, Inferno. And obviously Inferno is taller. We also have Transformers Generation Red Alert, but I rather call him Rescue Flame in my Transformer collection universe. Last but not least is Transformers Voyager class Silverbolt. And that's really all there is for all the comparisons. So now we move on to the transformation. So there's a tab here and the slot there. So when doing the arm, I want to slant it forward one click. That way the tab in the door flap goes into the hole in the arm. Next, with the legs, split them in half and tuck the upper leg into the lower leg. Do that for both sides. Once you've done that, bring the two legs together, and there you go. Then fold down the arms into their places. Rotate the head around and fold down the front. And there you go. You have first aid in vehicle mode. So as I was saying, he is a remold and repaint of Off-Road. And so yeah, he has a nice Autobot logo on the front, on the hood. Rescue emergency on both sides. And then he also has two holes on both sides as well. Even one in the back. And that's another gripe, is the fact that there's no paint for the detail on the back of the vehicle mode. But yeah, there's the last pig hole. So let's armor him up. And there is this peg at the top of the vehicle mode on the back of the legs. But I have no idea what that's for. I don't even know what these bars are for either. Or you can clip on weapons or something? I don't know. So there you go. Weapon storage for first aid. Now is the time. So now is the time to size compare the vehicle modes. So here again is groove, and that proves it way better than with work or blades. How groove was meant to be a legend class figure. because he really is in scale this time with first aid as an ambulance instead of a brute SWAT vehicle and a helicopter. So next we have again blades. Well, obviously is longer, but that's just about it. First aid is more wider and higher. Then there's Rook, who probably is actually a bit in scale to his vehicle form. So they're practically about the same in length, width, and height. And again, we have Energon Inferno. And they look about the same length, somewhat the same height, and probably exactly the same width. And again, we have Red Alert, aka Rescue Flame in my Transformer universe. So, Rescue Flame looks to be longer in length, probably the same width, but first aid is higher. And then, of course, Voyager class Silverbolt again, who just wins all over. So that's it for vehicle mode comparisons. Now let's move on to combination modes. So really all you could do is turn the head around so that it has invisible head syndrome. And same for robot mode, just do the same for combination mode with the hood and roof. Sorry. I'm mixing up my words. The roof of the vehicle. I think that's the best I can do. And there you go. You have first aid and foot mode with the connector peg as a knee joint. And like I've said before, you could put the main weapon anywhere you feel like. Pertainly, if first aid were a right leg, you would put the axe on the outer side. If first aid were to be a right or left leg. Because having it on the inside doesn't seem very necessary. Because say we have work and first aid both as the feet. Let me transform work real quick. Okay. So say you have Rook and First Aid together as, well, it's not really that good of a comparison, but what I'm saying is that if you have the weapons on the inside, it's not a good idea, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna bump into each other and you can't pose the combined figure all that well. And that's all I have to say about that. But there is another thing I so want to say right now about Rook and First Aid being legs together, but really I should save it for when I can completely form Defensor. Sorry, at this time I'm just putting the figures back on the shelf. That is closest to me. Anyways, so it's pretty quite simple. For the second combination form, hopefully I didn't break anything, and I don't think I did. Oh, here's another thing, is when you're tabbing, when you're doing the legs, you have two tabs on the front of the legs here, and then two tabs down in here. So these tabs go into those slots. Okay, they're in. So for invisible head syndrome, gotta turn the head around again. And then to get the robot mode hands out of the way, you gotta tab the door flaps and fold the arms back. And really you should have the shoulders up as if you were doing robot mode, so it lines up better with the rest of the body. And then put in the hand foot gun, bring out the fingers, curl the thumb and the rest of the hand, and there you go. You have First Aid as an arm. And that's pretty much it. Wow. Pretty much it for First Aid. So really what I'm trying to do here is getting him to do a thumbs up. And that's all I have to say for this review. So, I thank you all for watching. Please rate by liking, comment, share, subscribe, do whatever the heck else you want. With all the videos here on my Dave Frost channel, as well as all the videos on my Mr. D Frost 2 channel. And once again, this is Dave Frost signing off, saying thank you again for watching. Have a great day, have a great week. And remember, go forth and build on.